lumpy my ass. It's not lumpy, it's smooth as. Yeah. That's better. This is it, babies. It's awesome. Well, guess what, babies? I'm on the Hyper. I am on the Hypermotard 950 SP, babies, and it is unreal. Yesterday, I picked it up and took quite some getting used to. I've been riding big bore, you know, V4s for a few years now. So getting on a twin with a little less horsepower, but great torque profile, took some getting used to. The first hour or two I was like, whoa, what the? Oh, now I get it. When I was carving up some country roads yesterday afternoon, after having been chewing up traffic for a while, oh, I got it, man. And now this morning I've been hooning around in city traffic, and it's just been so much fun. I'm just, yeah, really leaning into this awesome machine. The thing that makes it is where the torque is made. It's made at about from 3,000 RPM up through to about 6-7, but certainly at 3 to 5 sweet spot means you've got great throttle response and pull at low speeds in traffic without it being KTM Super Duke rip your face off crazy, which is absolutely in my wheelhouse. Really enjoyable, and I bought it sight unseen, never even sat on one, because I wanted the thrashability and fun factor of a small or less powerful, lighter weight bike, but a bike that still had plenty of performance and plenty of cred and looks and heat. And this is it, babies. It's awesome. I think I'm really going to enjoy this. Well, I already am, but I reckon as a road bike, oh, it's so great. So great, babies. Yeah, loving it. So, look, today, day 2. We've done a couple of mods. I've got my Insta bracket. I've got my rock thingy-jiggy phone mount. I didn't go the quad lock. I don't think I could fit it, so I went there. Oh, what's that brand? Rock something? Anyway, I'll work it out later. But that was a pain in the ass to fit. It took me like an hour and a half because the screws weren't quite long enough. Had to modify a washer, which for me, I mean, that's a huge task for me. I had to cut a plastic spacer in half with a kitchen knife. It's about as sophisticated as I get when it comes to the old handyman skills. But I did it, and it seems to be fine until, of course, that clutch leverage falls off. Anyway, and look, a few things that people said in my YouTube review that I don't agree with. The first one that I'm going to point out is people whinging about the range. I don't know what they're talking about. I've been riding around for 24 hours trying to get the fuel light to come on, and I couldn't get it to come on. Okay, today I've been desperately trying to get the fuel light to come on. I couldn't get it to come on. So I've just filled up because I've got to go through this sort of mountain pass. But I got 180 kilometers and the fuel light still had not come on, which tells me, and I put in, and there was still another 3.5 liters left in the tank according to my calculations, which based on my economy rate gives me a range of 220 k's. I have not had a bike capable of doing that in ages, except the multi, of course. But the Street Fighter and the Tuono and the Panigale and the S1000RR and the MR, no chance, absolutely no chance whatsoever of reaching that. The Tuono could do about 120, right? I can do 220 in this. I wish this car would get out of my way because this is some fun roads and I'm behind a slow mover. So range, no problem. Plenty of range, especially for its intended purpose, which is around town and, you know, Sunday rides. The range is perfect. So here's me turning back last night on my first video when I got to like 100 k's. I was worried about running out of gas. Well, I wasn't even halfway. Come on, dude. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is, yeah, it's tall. It is tall. It actually is tall. I was going to say it's not as tall as people making it out, but I suppose I'm 6'4", so yeah, I can't really speak on behalf of all the short asses out there. But yeah, I suppose it is tall. The one other thing I want to disagree with that I was expecting this like drop off in front of me, where all I could see is road and no bike. That's kind of what people said. And can you move over and let me pass you, dude? Great road, ruined by a Honda CR-V. There's plenty of bike in front of you, and at night time the beak lights up. It reflects the headlight, which is so cool. As I said last night, riding home in the dark, it makes you feel like you've got company. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. But that sensation of it just dropping off in front of you, no, I disagree with. I'm not experiencing that. Now you can just pull over here and let me past. Yeah. The brakes are phenomenal. Everything people say about the brakes is true. 5k corner, right? I better slow down. 5k corner. You don't see many 5ks. I'll go first gear. Look at that. The downshift to first, unlike the multi, really good. Oh, smooth as you like. That's the other thing. A few people said it was lumpy. Now, I didn't see too many reviews of the 24 model. I saw 20, 21, etc. Lumpy my ass. It's not lumpy, it's smooth as. And, you know, at low RPM, well, yeah, that's a 5k corner. Yep. At low RPM, it is not lumpy. It is just simply not. I can chug away in second or third right down low, no dramas. I think the Street Fighter's lumpier. So it's kind of a really refined twin. So no, definitely not lumpy. Good fuel range, doesn't drop off in front of you. Just dispelling a few myths. Like a lot of people on YouTube were talking about making these statements about this bike that I thought, oh, okay, so I formed a view, but get on the bike, and a few of those things I didn't find to be true. Another one, people describe it as brutal. I'm still getting, I haven't had the balls yet to just go wide open throttle from down low, because I'm just trying to understand how this wheelie control works. And I've seen some people online, you know, wide open throttle, get a foot off the ground, complaining, I don't want to do wheelies. I haven't seen anyone on the 24 bike, and I imagine the mapping changes all the time, so I'm not prepared to take their word for it, so I'm just going to build up to it. I don't want to flip the bloody thing. So I'm on wheelie control setting 2 at the moment. What I find is the wheelie control has a massive impact on power delivery on this bike, but unlike some wheelie control systems that you can feel the power just kind of reduce, you don't actually noticeably feel that, but the bike just feels different generally. So the wheelie control is like it's like just a general power setting almost. That's how it feels. And each change by 1 increment has a major impact on the feeling of the bike. Now I've started on 3, I'm now on 2, getting used to 2. I will go to 1 today at some stage. I don't know if I'm going to turn it off for a while, because just got to work. I'm going to practice some wheelies first to learn the bike a bit. So yeah, that's the plan there. What else? It looks sick. Everything they say about how it looks better than what it looks like on videos. It just looks so good. People say it's heavy in terms of the spec sheet. Well, if it is, in the real world, it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel heavy to ride. When it's stationary on the garage and moving around the garage, it doesn't feel heavy then. It doesn't feel heavy at the lights. It's not a heavy bike. Maybe the weight disbursement, because it's tall, look, I don't know, but it doesn't feel heavy, right? And to ride, it's nimble as. People say the suspension is firm. It is. Okay, it is. I like it firm. It's not ridiculous. It's actually pretty well suited to most of the roads I'm riding. There's one yesterday that was pretty bumpy that I nearly got thrown off about 3 times, but that's just a crazy road. But I reckon I'll just keep the suspension the way it is. But yeah, it is firm without being ridiculous. There's people say there's a lot of fork dive. There is, but it's good fork dive. It feels good. It gives you connection. The standout feature so far is the front end feel. You know exactly what's going on underneath you due to the way that front end feels. I've never experienced it on a bike actually. It's that good. Really tactile, really controllable and maneuverable. Love it. So that's the Golston Gorge, by the way, we've just driven through, and I might just take a little break here while we go through these suburban streets, and I'll come back to you with some more commentary. We'll go through the criterium very shortly. Yoo-hoo, babies! Oh yeah! She's a fun little sausage, this one! Fun little sausage! Oh, the gearbox is so just chuckable. Anyway, righto, the criterium. Woohoo! The criterium. Firstly, riding position. It is outstanding. It's definitely upright. I've changed my opinions on it over the last few hours. It's definitely upright, more upright for sure than the Street Fighter, and you definitely feel like you're riding more of a dirt bike oriented bike thing, for sure. And it's comfy as. I've been on it for hours. My bum's a little, like, fractionally kind of, I don't want to use the word sore, it's just like I can feel my bum because I'm sitting down. If you slump back like this, you get a bit of weight on your bum, but if you just sit normally, it's so comfy. I love the bar position, not too wide, nice and close to you. The tank's actually surprisingly grippable. Surprisingly grippable. Oh, where am I going here? Right. Surprisingly grippable. And it's a great riding position. You're up high, great visibility. You don't get uncomfy. Your bottom half's nice. There's a nice little tuck going on without being too crazy. Just got to get used to lower body position in corners on a bike like this. I've got a little bit of homework to do there, but it's awesome. In terms of the controls, I tell you, I'm in love with the controls. Really, like, just a few buttons. It's a minimalistic approach. It's only a few buttons, and they are intuitive and they control the whole setup. It's really easy to use. Once you've learned what they do, it's so easy to use. I'm loving this little screen. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe the bigger screens, I don't know, maybe they confuse you, too much information. I don't know. This is brilliant, the screen. And the way it adjusts to the light in terms of, you know, the contrast is great. Brilliant controls, and it's not overburdening. Honda Africa twin take note. Like, it's not a bike that you need a degree in astrophysics to control, like that bike. I don't know where I am, by the way. I'm kind of lost. So yeah, the controls are brilliant. I don't think they're backlit. They probably won't be. No, well, last night they're not. Unfortunately, that'd be a nice touch, but they're not. Where am I? I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah, controls are great. Handling, look, it's so nimble and responsive. Quite upright, quite upright. So I've got to get used to that. I've got to learn how to ride this bike fast through corners. But it really tactile. Oh, I missed a turn. I'm supposed to turn now. I'm going to turn around. What's the turning lock like? Oh, sorry, doggies. Turning lock is fine. Look at that. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, I'm supposed to go there. Brakes are phenomenal. Oh, I nearly did a stoppie at the traffic lights earlier, and it's a matter of time before I do. The brakes are friggin' amazing. Took them a while just to sort of bed in, but they are really cool. Okay, this is the turn I want. This is the corner. Alrighty, where were we? Yeah, brakes amazing. Look at that. Oh, yeah, so good. Takes a bit of getting used to with that fork dive. You've got to do a few emergency brakes to get used to it, which I will do today. Acceleration from low down, really good. Really good. Runs out of steam around 8,500 RPM, but that torque band nice and fat through the low and middle. No, it's not a super bike, but it's not about acceleration per se. It's about the torque response, keeping it in that sweet spot through the gears, and it's sick, bro. But these roads, back roads, loves it. And it holds the line beautifully in the corner. So it turns in nice, holds the line, beautiful. Brakes changing down, beautiful. Look at that, so good. Wiseman's Ferry, that's the road I'm looking for. Just on the switchgear, those of you who've watched my bike reviews in the past will know I'm just worried about that white car behind me. Double demerits. Those who know me will know that I have a particular penchant for the placement of indicators, and the indicators, the control for the indicators on this is in the perfect position. I was so relieved when I got on this bike, because that would have pissed me off if it had been in the imperfect position. But it's in the perfect position, and they function well, and they're auto-cancelling. Happy days. Happy days. I'm getting heated grips installed on this when I take it in for its first service, as well as a tail tidy. I've ordered the SC Project CMTs, I don't know what they're called, the little stubby pipes to the back, because I want a bit more girth to the sound. Sounds okay, but it could sound a lot better. Horns, not completely shit, but not that good either. Hornability, average hornability. So that's, I'm just going through my criterion. Oh, the quick shifter is excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It's not so smooth that it lacks emotion, and because you want to feel something, you want to have something tactile. And the BMW is almost so good that it loses something. It just has something, a nice bit of grit to it, which is nice and keeps me entertained. But it's great up and down, hasn't missed a beat, and does not suffer from the multi-strata's second to first clunky downshift. So it's quick shift, fuel economy we've talked about. It's expensive, cost me 30 grand, 31 actually with some of the options in Australian dollars, and for a bike of this sort of middleweight category, that is expensive, especially with no electronic suspension, cruise control, or hill hold, my favourite feature. So that's a bit annoying, I have to say. So it is expensive. It loses out there on that part of the criterion. The looks, we can judge for yourself. I'll do a walk around later. It looks bloody sensational. Love the way it looks. Riding through Glenorrey on a coolish Saturday afternoon. Yeah, TFT I've talked about, brilliant, love it. Not too light, not too heavy. Commuter ability will be excellent. This will be the best commuter bike I've probably ever owned. I could tell, like people say online, it turns you into a hooligan. Now hooligan, when I hear that word, I think of, people going crazy doing wheelies and stoppies and that. But I know what they mean, okay? When you're on this, you want to ride fast, you want to ride aggressive, you want to get in and out of traffic. Just something about it that makes you want to do that. I am more likely to lose my license on this bike than the 200 horsepower bikes, because just the tactile nature of this, and the fact that when you're on it, you just become this cartoon character. You just become this cartoon character, like Roadrunner. You just like zip, 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 zip. You just see the gap, you go for it, and I reckon it comes down to that torque band, ride low in the rev range, because it means those gaps that on another bike you'd probably have to, spool up for. You just go boom straight through them. On this, it's just, there's no lag in any gear. There's just no lag. So that's the electronics. Look, probably too early to definitively say, but I will say that I don't notice them. Wheelie controls the main one, which we've spoken about, and that does have a major impact on the bike. But generally speaking, I'm not noticing a lot of action from the electronics. Engine braking's really good. It's Goldilocks for me. I don't believe there's a setting to adjust it, but it's nice. There's just a nice natural organic level of engine braking that works well on this bike, and it's got all the electronics, the 6-axis IMU and the rear slide control, all that stuff. It's got it all. The key to electronics is you don't really want to know they're there. You want them to work, but you don't want to feel them. The wind protection, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, and as some people online have said it is. Now, I have been riding nakeds for a while, so I'm kind of used to it, and that's what this is, essentially a naked. So no great deal there. I have not once noticed it. I haven't been at any point in time going, oh gee, I'm being buffeted. And you're not being buffeted. You get some wind hitting you, but you're not getting that annoying buffeting in the helmet that the Honda Africa Twin gave me. That a lot of high screens actually cause. So yeah, there you go. That's my review against most of the criterium. I will just double check to make sure I haven't missed any of the well, how does it make you feel? Well, that's what it's all about, and it makes me feel amazing. Someone else online said, oh, it made me just want to get and ride every day. That's what it does. You just want to ride. You just want to ride. This makes you want to ride. And the thing that I really appreciate that Ducati have done is they haven't made it too intimidating. They've stuck to their formula, 114 horsepower. Yeah, it works. It really does, and it's just doesn't scare the crap out of me. It can, and I can certainly make it scare the crap out of me if I want to, but I can ride briskly with a fair amount of aggression and pace and intent and not be intimidated. Whereas some of those 200 horsepower behemoths can be intimidating. It's not just a straight line machine. It's a bike that needs corners and eats them for breakfast. Time for a beer. Post honeymoon period, the question is going to be, which bike do I want to ride the most? Which one do I have more fun? And where does this bike stand in the quest for the perfect bike? I reckon it's going to have a pretty good shot, but you've got to give it time. You can't make a call after one day, one test ride. You've got to own it for a little while. So stay tuned for lots of motard adventures, and that's what I got for now. So see you later.